In the lands between two rivers, where the reeds bent in the warm wind and the earth softened beneath the floodwaters, it was said that human life began not with breath alone, but with clay. Before cities rose from the plains, before kings carved their names into stone, there was only the world of the gods, sky above, river below, and the soft dark mud left behind when waters withdrew. They believed that the first people were not born as we understand birth. They were shaped, formed by divine hands from the same earth beneath their feet, river clay, wet soil, the substance of the land itself. It was said that gods pressed fingers into the mud, giving shape to shoulders, to faces, to the curve of hands that would one day build walls, carry grain, lift children and bury the dead. Not separate from the world, but made from it, the same ground that fed the crops, raised the temples, and received the rain, was believed to be the very material of human beings. And perhaps that was the meaning hidden inside the story, that people belonged to the land because they were the land. In Mesopotamian belief, humanity was often given a purpose, not merely to exist but to serve, to tend the fields, raise the cities, keep the rituals, maintain the sacred order between the human world and the divine. The shaping of clay was not just a beginning, it was a responsibility. To be formed by the hands of the gods meant life itself carried intention. And so the rivers mattered. Each flood that rolled across the plains left behind more than water. It renewed the same earth from which life was said to have first emerged. Mud became brick, brick became temple, temple became story, and story became identity. Even the hands of the craftsmen echoed belief. Potters turning wet earth into vessels, builders pressing mud into bricks, priests handling sacred figurines again and again, human hands repeated the same ancient act. To shape form from earth, perhaps that's why the story endured. Because in the act of moulding clay, they could see themselves. A reminder that life was fragile enough to be broken, yet sacred enough to be shaped with care. And maybe that is what the story still leaves behind. That across time, people have long searched for a way to explain why we feel tied to the ground beneath us, why the earth feels familiar, why creation feels intimate, why being human can sometimes feel less like appearing and more like being formed. From river mud, from sacred hands, from the same world we still walk upon. And in that belief, ancient Mesopotamia left behind something more than a myth. A quiet idea that to understand ourselves we may first need to remember what we were shaped from.